Welcome to TPK Roleplay, and welcome to the 27th episode of our Curse of Strahd campaign, Dark Echoes. This campaign, while based on the standard module from Wizards of the Coast, has been modified using additional content from a variety of sources. Dark Echoes will be a vivid exploration of classic Gothic horror tropes and monsters of all kinds. It may be a brutal, stressful, and grim experience and is not for the faint of heart. Please know that those of us around the virtual table have given our consent to explore these topics as respectfully as we can, but if you, the viewer, should feel uncomfortable at any point, please make sure to step away, get some air, stretch your legs, and check in on us again later. And with that, I am Luke Locke, and I will be your Dungeon Master this morning. Players, if you'd like to go around.
Hi, I'm Osirix Franco. I play Irina Kolyana, the human fighter ranger girl. And it's pretty dope. Passing it over.
It is pretty dope indeed. Hello, my name is Korabi. I play Colin, the human antiquarian, aka just a weird antique dealer that talks to and sees ghosts. Next up is Harrison.
Hello, I'm Harrison, and I'll be playing Sir Dantos Baromir, who is rather dead.
Oh, hello, I'm Tony. I'm playing Toby or Tobias, the lizard folk barbarian. Let's go with Turk.
Hey everybody, I'm Turk, or Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter, and I will, as usual, be playing the good Dr. Rudolf von Richt.
Okay. You were last in a misty grove of trees where you had come across a new companion. Rena's doing circles.
Yeah, but we killed that werewolf, so we'll take Sir Dantos instead.
In the forest. And I believe you had taken a long rest. Is that correct?
I already did it on my sheet, so I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
It's too late. We can't go back.
we can't go back.
We found something in this area in the way of a magic item, correct?
Yes, 2 sacred oak daggers
Mhm.
with an expanded crit range of 18 on vampires.
Did we decide who was keeping those specifically?
I'm pretty sure Toby has one and Van Richten has the other, right?
Did I get one? I
Or
don't
who
believe
has
that
them?
handoff was made. I think Colin was found it, so it's up to Colin.
Yeah, that sounds good. One, I remember specifically wanting Toby to have one.
Yeah,
so.
Colin finds daggers, sacred oak dagger, and gives one to Tobias.
Yeah.
You are welcome to the other, Van Richten.
Bye.
Got a cool
I
stick.
already specialize in the destruction of the undead. You are quite exposed in close combat situations. You should hold on to them.
Yeah, I don't want to get in close combat. Isn't that quite the point? I'd rather just...
Nobody wants to get in close combat, but if you do, you should do something more effective than swinging around a sword that's too heavy for you.
Hey. I've been, doing some curls in my free time. I can swing this
What
sword just
free
fine.
time? Did you suddenly have access to some hyperbolic time anomaly that would allow you to train?
I'm working on that, but not quite yet. All right, fine.
So furthermore, until you
I'll
do
keep one of
so,
them.
take
Yes.
fun. So you
Got it.
don't die when something inevitably gets into your face and Aria can't shoot it as well.
Indeed. Toby, the other one is for you. You stab vampires with it, basically. Have fun.
I mean, he'll just kind of like look at it. I'm pretty sure you can stab anyone with this, but okay.
True, yes. Also, Tobias. I'm sorry for calling you Toby.
It's all right.
So, Mr. Dead Guy, I think you agreed already to head with us to the Wizard of Wines, right?
So Dantos, he is referring to you. It's a pet name you will grow to. And I acknowledge them.
I am Sir Dantos, yes. And he's kind of been stood, like, immovable, facing out all night into the woods while you're rested until you've called on him.
Colin was mentioning that we might be heading on to the Visit of Irons. Is this still amenable to you?
I would not recommend such a course.
And the reason being?
Like many in this land, they have fallen under Strahd's sway and are like to attack us on sight. At least this is what I have found in my endeavors.
The people working at the winery?
Have you considered they might find your order hostile, given the general misunderstanding between you, a good practitioner seeking vengeance on Strahd, and the other members of your order who seek to contain? They
I attempted to treat with them.
Perhaps they will find you more amenable this time. Yeah.
Very well, I will not shy away from it, but I would prepare you. Ready yourselves for a fight.
Looks to the rest of the group. We will be prepared.
This all just kind of sounds like spoilers to me.
Sounds interesting that a bunch of brewers essentially would want to fight at all.
I could explain the intricacies and prickly social structure of breweries on the fair. So I would believe it would be more of a winery.
I mean, I guess.
A vinery or a winery?
A
Both.
winery, as I'm saying.
Probably both, Colin. I mean, I would. They gotta grow the grapes on the vines
True.
and then turn them into wine.
True.
DM,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I remember. Was it not the innkeeper at the Blue Water Inn who recommended that we go to the Wizard of Wines?
Yes.
It was.
Okay, yeah. Irina is going to pipe up then. Sir Dantos, I am a bit confused. A trusted ally encouraged us to go to the Wizard of Wines. You say that they've fallen under Strahd's influence?
This is what I have found. What other reason would they have to attack a knight of renown, attempting to take refuge on the borders of their land?
Von Richten is just gesturing to his face behind her.
You're kind of dead. Maybe they were scared.
Dead what?
You have some
Continue to
skeletal
speak in vague
features.
terms.
You look like
You
a
mean-
zombie crawled out of the ground, wearing a bunch of armor.
It speaks. This is the first I believe I've seen from you, sir.
Yeah, I speak. And he'll look genuinely confused.
Perhaps it is
that-
the curse placed upon me.
I am concerned that this might be the case. We are used to interacting with the people of this land carefully, as our party is, eclectic. However, I do think that we should still go there. I don't believe that the good people of the Blue Water Inn would send us knowingly into danger. And if
I
something
shall
has
be
happened there, we should help.
Well spoken. I will attend with you.
Thank you, Sir Dantos.
Okay, so you are leaving the camp then that you've made? Is that correct? Okay.
No, we're bringing the
We-
camp
we-
with us.
We make Smokey proud, and we kick out our fire and cover it with dirt and
Mm-hmm.
leave no trace. Pick up all of our trail ration bars.
Only
Wrappers,
we
rather.
can prevent dead forest fires.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's damp here enough that it wouldn't just
Irina
spread
may have
anyway.
promised to burn Barovia to the ground, but we still care about the nature.
Well, now.
You strike off southwest in the direction that you believe the winery to be. And as you travel, in fact, I believe I have... yeah. As you travel, you will see
Shaman.
the landscape continues to change around you. You've seen it as it kind of became slightly more overgrown with vegetation, but as you continue west, you will notice that everything appears like it is grown on top of former fields, former farms. There's ruined farmhouses and old orchards. And Sir Dantos, you would know that once upon a time, these lands were known as the Heartlands. It was once a thriving breadbasket of Barovia, a web of rural villages and communities that provided livestock and hardy vegetables to the entire valley of Vallaki. These settlements are all but abandoned now, however, home only to the dead and a few maddened witches that you have come across. Gnarled pale trees twist and stretch their branches over the sunken fields. Webbing dangles from every surface, and foul-smelling pools of fetid water have swallowed the roads that once connected this land to the rest of Barovia.
Kind of smells here.
We should tread carefully and proceed as swiftly as we are able.
Yeah. Speaking of it being wet and damp, I'm getting pretty tired of having wet boots all the time.
Is it seeping in?
Well, I mean, after a certain amount of time, it always does, doesn't it?
No, not if your shoes are made right.
Well, maybe you should make us all some right shoes. But I
Give
also
me some-
require a lift.
If you get me some leather, I'll make you some.
Can I borrow some from you?
Do I look like I'm carrying leather?
A certain type, maybe. Sorry, that was a joke.
Okay.
Well, everyone is very nice and chipper this morning. Did you not get a great amount of sleep on the wet, damp, cold, dark, dreary, misty forest floor?
As you're saying that, you'll notice that Irina has just kind of moved. I haven't moved my token, but she's moving effortlessly, like through this, like swampy muck water, and like having no trouble at all. And her boots still seem to be like remarkably clean. As she looks back and goes, What, Colin? Is Barovia finally, dampening even your spirits?
No, not mine.
Irina, as you turn to look back to him, both of you, with your passives, will notice a figure standing off in the trees under the light rain that is coming down right now. Just staring at you.
You said both of you see her, right?
Yeah, Irina and
Them.
Colin.
I pulled a Dwight. Fuck.
Irene is going to watch the figure. They're just staring.
And as you watch, they will flicker from view and appear in a different spot very suddenly, a few trees down.
Irene is going to stand her ground. There is something in the trees, though I imagine that there are several somethings in these trees. This one seems more interested in our location.
Witches.
Witches?
It could merely be swamp hags observing from a distance, looking to pick up whatever refuse we leave behind as travelers.
You should also be wary. These trees, this region in particular, swarms of the undead.
You don't say.
Indeed.
Will they mean us harm, Sir Dantos?
Very possibly.
Is it best
They've
to
certainly
leave?
done me harm in the past, and harm in turn has been visited upon them, I assure you.
Of that I have no doubt. Would it be better to pass, letting them watch? I fear that we don't have any options on being seen or not.
Were it to me, I would be challenging them to account for themselves and to unmute themselves.
As you've continued talking, it has completely disappeared from view and has not reappeared.
Irina will nod. Then we will continue forward. I do not intend to parley with them until they make their intent known. The fights ahead are many. I'd rather not pick any if I don't have to.
Especially
Agreed.
with hags.
You know of hags, Tobias?
Kind of. More rumors than actual facts, but not great for talking about them right now if they're creeping on us like this.
I
Well,
should
I've-
have a copy. Oh, yes, please. If you're going to recommend my book as well.
No, not going to recommend your book, but I was going to say, some hags are pleasantly fine and they're great people, and just, thank you for watching over us. And GM, was this figure alive or dead?
You can tell that, right?
Yes, I can tell by
They
looking
were
at them.
alive.
Cool. Cool.
You will continue on the road. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is the plan.
Oh shit, I forgot I have a ring of water walking, so I have to worry about this water. Nasty shit.
Okay. The ruined farmland continues to be a theme in this area. While the vegetation seems more lush, so far the forests that you've been across have been pretty dense. As you got up to Kresk, they were definitely more evergreen, less deciduous, but like here there's almost you wouldn't say rainforest in Barovia, but things are definitely more lively and overgrown. As if the land here is more fertile. or at least was at some point.
Yeah, Irina would be trying to keep an eye out for 3 things. Number one, that figure, like if, they're continue to follow us and like enemies in general. She'd be clocking like ravens and whether they like were present or not. And then the third thing is that weird vine stuff that we found in the church. Like clearly there are a lot of plants that are overgrowing here. She wants to try and recognize if there's anything that remotely resembles that weird like death vine stuff.
Yeah, if you actually if you're keeping specific lookout for that, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay. 14.
Okay. You will notice very infrequently, and maybe you're just not catching all of it, but every once in a while you will see a tree that has died, and there are almost scars running up it, reddened around the edges. And if you look at the base of the tree, this vine seems to be growing, sprouting around the base, almost strangling it. Its thorns going into the wood. And you can see where, like, the tree has attempted to heal and grow around this as the vine has overtaken it. But the tree eventually lost out.
My assumption would be that that's showing that it's, like, taking place over, like, the course of time, right? Like, the trees.
Yes.
Yep. And
as you're continuing to look, you will actually come across the ruins of, like, what was once an old farmhouse. It seems to be an overgrown orchard was here, beside this old kind of rundown now shack.
Irina will... I feel like she's probably gone off just a little ways to look at these trees.
Mm-hmm.
And is gonna, like, seeing the farmhouse, look back at the party. I'm sorry, but I think I would like to check over there to see if there's something more that I can learn. She'll gesture to the trees. That I think whatever we face ahead, this corruption, these vines, we encountered them before. I think that there's something to it. And if I can find out more, I don't have Winchester's knowledge of plants, but perhaps I can piece things together.
I think between your interest and Colin's interest in drying his boots, we should be set for a good break point.
Okay.
So Dantos, do you know anything of this? You have a memory of times before, yes?
I have known this all to be arable farming land. Long fell into ruin. But as for these plants, do I know anything about these plants?
Would you have paid attention?
Unless they were doing very, very weird stuff. Like if they were growing at a matter of like, hey, this plant has surrounded this building in 2 days, they'd notice things like that. But we wouldn't notice the general encroach of different plants unless he was told to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if in your adventures you would have been particularly paying attention to the local plant life, but you do know that this was once a lush, beautiful land, and this and it has continued to almost seem sickened or infected.
Yeah. I'd certainly relay that then. The general malaise that Strahd places upon the land. Nothing escapes its grasp, as you can see. This was once golden fields of wheat.
Well, that as it may be, identifying the exact nature of the blight will be useful, as Irina has pointed out.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd be happy to assist if you'd have me.
Of course, Benricton. Of course.
I performed rudimentary horticultural examinations, but mostly for poisons and other negative effects on the local fauna.
I mostly studied languages, or when I finally got to travel. But
then, between the two of us, we should be able to classify each and every one.
yes, I certainly tried to talk it to death in Inferno. And yeah, we're gonna head up to this farmhouse.
Nine. No, the general classification of the plants is very important. You need to make sure that not only you speaking common can understand it, but everyone else. So you must pick something that everyone is sure to know. But also, scientific communities like to be quite haughty, so you have to choose a slightly unnatural language. Mr. Colin, if you could please, your jowls make quite an irritating sound during my lectures.
Sorry, I was just thinking about things and stuff, and about someone in my past who was another professor that just talked a lot. Sorry.
I thought as a teacher you might understand the importance of not interrupting.
I didn't interrupt anything. I'm just chilling.
What do we see, GM?
Can you please
nerd I see?
investigate for me?
Yeah.
We see a very similar map that we might have seen before.
Yes, try not to focus too much on the trauma that might come from seeing this map again. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a similar ruin, that's all.
It's investigation. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Got an 18.
We killed.
As you're looking about this rundown shack, and seeing, hi, we just got a donation. An item. Why, yes. Okay.
Perfect timing.
Yes, it is. Okay. I have something for this. Okay. Sweet. I have something for this. I'm very excited that I will get an excuse to give it to you guys. But first, as you are investigating this shack, and looking about, just from staring about the furniture and setup, you can tell that this probably once belonged to some sort of couple who had a son, a child that at least was in their adolescence, judging by just furniture and things that you are able to find in the ruins here. There's a silver mirror up on a rotted vanity, a full quiver of arrows hanging by the door, and a small locked chest hidden under the bed.
100% I'm grabbing those arrows. Like, no doubt. Like, Irina will just see them, try to check them to make sure that they're good.
If you pull out an arrow, it seems to hum. They appear silvered and very
hell yeah, baby.
Like they have a weight to them, not in that you think it would affect their flight at all, but they seem more substantial in your hand.
Yeah, Irina will carefully, like, feeling that, will carefully put it back in the quiver and very, like, with with reverence, kind of remove the quiver from the wall, and kind of turn to Colin. Colin, these arrows, they're something. They are not. They're not your dad's arrows. Could you tell me
Yes.
what?
You want me to touch them? I got it.
Yes, yes, I would. Thank you.
Is this an identify, Colin?
I can tell you how there is a very specific let's see. I think there's a specific way that it's worded. I can touch. Nope. Let's see. I can discern if it's magical just by looking at it. I don't think I actually have a very specific identify, but I can try to figure it out with Arcana. I can try. But I can definitely tell if they're magic or not just from looking at them. I'm also especially attuned
This
to
does not give off
curses.
any specific school of magic. It is an ancient power lingering over it. If you had to guess, these arrows once belonged to something that had immense power, and it just has that power. Does that make sense? But this isn't like divination or enchantment or anything like that. These are old school magic.
Okay, so they are magic specifically.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
They are infused with magic.
did Ginny not ask us to retrieve a quiver of arrows?
Inspiration Arena!
You are much better at keeping track of things than I am, Irina. I kind of get lost in my own head sometimes.
It's fine. I'll admit I'm sad. I thought perhaps I had found myself a new weapon against the darkness, but of course, it would be too good to be true. And Irina will no longer, like, she wants to know what they are, but recognizing they're not for her, is gonna put the quiver into her pack.
If you want something, you could help me open this chest. As you hear it dragging from around the bedroom.
So Dantos will move to help you. Anyone who looks and sees will notice his sword and shield. He hasn't brought them with him. They are gone. But he grabs and helps you.
Thank you. It's very nice. Still have mobility. I'll have to look into your curse myself.
I would not recommend it.
Fine. Well, anyway, Colin, I believe you expressed an interest in picking locks, yeah?
I dabble a little bit here and there.
Would you mind dabbling on the chest?
Yeah. Did I say that I'm good at picking locks?
For some reason, I recall you being proficient at least in these tools.
Do you want to try?
I have thieves' tools. Like if Irina sees Colin hesitating, she'll get a little bit excited. It's been some time since I picked a lock, but I could give it a try.
Yeah, go ahead. I once read a small little pamphlet, and I think it's been far too long.
Well, Helen Koyanovich, please.
What is it? Remind me again. I forget every single time how thieves' tools work. Is it sleight of hand or just a deck?
Sleight of hand.
Persuasion.
Please open. Open
be
sesame.
cool. Open as me. Thank you. Okay, sleight of hand. 5.
You know what?
Just got inspiration.
This is a chest in an old farmhouse. I mean, this is not Fort Knox. That actually will be fine to open this. This is very much like the same kind of lock that you find on like the little diaries that you can buy at the toy store.
Okay.
So, yeah, you click that open, and inside you will find 6 gold pieces, 28 silver and 40 copper, as well as a small leather-bound journal.
Can I get those numbers again really quick? Just like in chat or something for the funds.
Hold on. There we go.
Thank you.
The journal, should you read it, details a disease that fell upon the orchard's crops, shriveling and poisoning the apples. The son venturing into the forest to hunt for food. The son returning home with an injury. The son snapping at his mother in a rage. The father preparing the shack's locks for the full moon. And the son falling ill with a grave fever on the night of the full moon. And there the journaling stops.
Bias. You said you were a tinkerer, right?
Oh, I'm not with you. I did
What?
not go into creepy plant land.
Tobias! I yell. I'm just kidding. Well, I say
Just stood
that
on the road with his arms folded, like, shan't.
Yeah.
Toby, while you're out there and they're all inside, you will notice sticking up from some undergrowth are what appear to be bones.
Weird. Cool. Not touching them.
You want to go over and look at them?
I don't know. Do I? Yeah.
It's totally up to you.
Probably not. 'Cause
Mm.
bones are bad omens here.
Okay. What is everyone inside doing?
starting to talk to Tobias, turning around. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He didn't come in. Anyone know what kind of weird thing happens to crops just for them to go bad?
A blight, usually. Sorry.
I'm more concerned about the boy. Something happened to him. The words are simple, but the meaning is plain. This boy became. Something happened to him to make it so he could. I mean, I read this. At least he took it like a man this time instead of crying like a baby. Something hardened his resolve, and then a fever.
Well, he was no longer himself. At
Yes.
that point.
Increased aggression, lack of emotions, coming back from the woods with unexplained injury. Things of that kind repeat to me.
The wolf pack, perhaps.
Strahd's most useful allies in spreading his vile murders.
Are there actually mushrooms around here, GM?
Always, everywhere. Yep.
It is very interesting that there's a ton of fungus growth outside of just the plants.
Is it?
Dead? Is it? Because there's a lot of dead things. Harrison.
Well, I haven't seen these type of mushrooms anywhere else, to be
Hey,
fair.
Tony. If you're just standing there looking around, I got something else for you.
Okay.
You will notice it mainly because it seems to be the only thing in the surroundings not overgrown with vines and roots as the rest of the orchard is.
Oh, fuck that.
It is
That's
a
spooky shit.
lone scarecrow. Appears to resemble an ordinary, unmoving scarecrow tied to a wooden post.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Suspicious.
All right. What is everyone continuing to do?
I'm just talking while fixing my cracked glasses real quick.
Irina's going to move over to the vanity, to the mirror, even if it's just to like see herself, because I don't think she's had the opportunity to actually like see herself since she like left home. You know what I mean? So I think like just that nostalgia of a small vanity and a mirror would call a little bit to her as she's trying to piece together what happened to this family.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do I have? I want to see if I can even. Do I have art for you that I can show?
Well, the mirror.
No, for
Yeah.
Rena, what she sees in the mirror. She sees herself.
Just redirect Sarah's stream.
You want me to grab a mirror and hold it up to my camera so you can look into it?
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, if we get my glasses.
I was gonna pull up the artwork. Let's see. Here, we'll zoom in
Real close, real tight.
real close. Here we go.
Um,
The commitment to the part here.
there we go. Yeah, Colin. Yeah.
You see into a boy's bedroom.
Yikes.
What does that tab on the top say?
I think like she'd try to like fix her hair, pull some stuff out of it. Does the vanity have any drawers?
Yeah, it has a few.
Rummage through them.
Most of them are just now threadbare, almost completely eaten by moths and insects over time. Just clothing and odds and ends.
Yeah.
Nothing of particular note.
Irina would also use this as an opportunity to check just like how the healing's going on the vampire bites on her neck.
Coming along. They're weirdly scarred in terms of like they always seem slightly fresh even when they're no longer actively bleeding. Like they never truly scab. But their swelling has gone down, the redness has gone down.
She'll sigh and then turn to the rest of the group. I'm ready to move on now, I think. Look a little more presentable for the imminent death that awaits us in the woods.
Always good to leave a good-looking corpse. We should probably check on Tobias.
Yeah,
So you'll see Sedantos drift past the mirror, and just for a moment, he looks to himself, but you'll see that he just kind of smooths down his beard a little bit, and like where an eyebrow would be, and then carries on.
Well.
Yeah, go outside. Tobias, you missed out. We found it was a fruitful adventure.
In the weird death plant.
In fact, there
Yes.
was a distinct lack of fruits.
You know, Tobias, I know that this is overwhelming, but you're welcome to join us. The more that we all learn and investigate, the sooner we can resolve what's happening here.
Right. Well, I found a bunch of. I'll just kind of like look over to the bones under the growth, and surprisingly, even with how shitty this place seems, a intact scarecrow. He'll just kind of point off to it.
Irina will nod and look down at the bones. She'll 100% go up and start to try and rummage through them because that journal cut off. She's afraid that these are like the family bones.
Yeah, it is a pair of skeletons lying under what you think was originally a window, as if they left the ruins through that window. The flesh is long since rotted away. The clothes that kind of remain are simple peasants make, little more than rags now. A number of bones have been cast on the ground and bear long, jagged teeth marks into the bone.
Irina will call up, I believe you are correct, Rickton. And she'll kind of take one of the bones in her that's got the teeth mark on it and kind of hold it up. I believe we now know the fate of that journal keeper.
Unfortunate, but look down. Yes, slightly juvenile, adolescent werewolf. So many times, young men go into forests and come back changed. If we had more time, we could commend them, but I think as they are, they've found some degree of rest.
Certainly. Do we wish to investigate the scarecrow that seems untouched? Perhaps there is some kind of ward upon it? It would be bizarre. Actually, this is strange. The ravens. Normally they've indicated some kind of safe haven, whether it's been with, the goddess or the ruins. Why would you... And yet here is this scarecrow designed to scare them away, yes?
Typically, birds are also quite indulgent in feeding themselves on crops, so it could be understandable. But the longevity of this construction does strike me as odd as well.
Right. It's untouched by whatever this corruption is. It makes me feel... I mean, I might be connecting dots that do not need to be connected, but I feel as if there might be an answer there. For better or worse, it might try to inflict harm upon us, but if we can understand why it is that way, then we might know more. I will be honest, I seek any advantage against the Dark Lord. Information right now is key.
Seems like a trap for a perfectly untouched scarecrow to just be standing out there. Was it there the whole time?
I think so. I honestly couldn't tell you, but also I wasn't checking it out because I don't do random creepy things just standing out like those bones.
You should just go tackle it real quick, see what happens.
Irina's going to turn to Sordantos. Sir, would you mind accompanying me in case it decides to liberate itself from its position?
Of course. And you'll see when he lifts his hands, there's a flash of silver, and the sword and shield just appear in his hands again.
Irina, you'll see a childlike wonder cross her face as she realizes you really are one of the knights from the books that she grew up reading, and you'll watch her kind of keep it together, man, be cool, before nodding. And I want to go up to the scarecrow, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay within spell distance. Not gonna leave the two of them all alone. So.
Yes, I believe as a group we were going to move as well, at least in supportive roles.
And DM, I'd put myself slightly to the front and to the side. And once we get within about 10 foot, Sedantos will get to a point where he's going to be effectively holding an action to take a swing if this thing moves.
Yeah. Arena, with your passive, again, you're going to see an ordinary, unmoving scarecrow tied to a wooden post. But you will instantly notice that this scarecrow is not overgrown with vines and roots like the rest of just everywhere around you. The scarecrow does seem to be inanimate, as far as you can tell, but you get the strange sense that it is watching you, even though there is no sign of movement from it.
Irina is going to pull out her rat skull dagger just to have, like, in one hand, and is going to step towards it, trying to, like, make out eye contact or watch if it moves at all. And it's going to try and, like, you know, move clothes back with the dagger, not actually touching with her, like, bare hands, but, you know, here's a weird thing. We're gonna see what's the deal.
You're gonna touch the clothing like you're trying to take out Strahd?
Yeah, like dagger, kind of like doing this at like any, like the shirt to like check and see if it's like actually straw inside, you know?
Mm-hmm. Roll an Arcana check for me, will you?
Ooh. I'm gonna use my inspiration. I don't think I'm gonna get any better, but I'm gonna try. 11's better.
Okay. For just a brief second, as you kind of reach out, you will feel like kind of a charge come through the dagger to you, and you will get a memory of a small village, a fishing village on the side of a river. It has a large church and a large manor made of stone. And you will both feel as if watching through her eyes and see as if remembering from the outside a woman screaming, and men surrounding her, and then there is blood and rage and silence. And then a sense of impending ruin. But nothing happens with the scarecrow, and this memory vision fades.
I feel like something of that, Irina would kind of startle back from the scarecrow, looking at it, and breathing heavy. I think she'd get angry at the memory, and she'd pull out a hand axe and just bury it, like, right in the center mass of the scarecrow.
Okay. It, again, won't move. You'll hear a thud as it connects with the wooden post that it is strapped up to. But nothing will happen, and it will react very much as if you put your axe through an inanimate object.
She'll then wrench the axe free and look at Serdan. Serdantos, can you help me cut this thing down?
Yeah, I was ready to take the head. If I can make a swing for the head of it with my sword, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Do you need an
I mean,
attack?
it's not gonna put
Yeah.
up any.
Yeah.
You know, it's wood. You got a magic sword.
Yep. Head comes off it.
This place is doing strange things to us. We're beheading scarecrows in a farm.
We're also partied up with a Saranthrope and an undead knight, neither of which acknowledge themselves as such.
What did you just call me?
Only the best of things behind your back.
Something
Sure.
about syrup.
Yeah. Sarah Throp? I don't know.
Like a triceratops? You don't look like a dinosaur.
I could though if I tried.
Ah, yes, terrifying.
Thank you, Sir Dantos. It was an ill omen.
What did you see? You seem troubled.
I saw something the past, I think. Another woman whose face is like mine. I believe she was in my village, and she was angry. There was blood.
Forgive me, but your face does keep reappearing. It is strange being in your presence and you not remembering.
How many times have you seen my face? I think I asked you before.
Yeah, my Discord is down, but I think I'm aware of the circumstances of your perpetual return. But I myself have known you twice.
What was I like? Or, no. What were they like?
They were two very different people. There were similarities, as you are now, but also great differences. I do not know how much you would want to know, in truth.
It is strange to follow behind strangers and to feel as if they have answers that I need, but at the same time they were just following someone who came before and before and before. On one hand, Sir Dantos, I want to know everything, but I do not know how much it will help me. They, like I, am stuck in this never-ending nightmare.
I will tell you that one of them, whose name I will confirm in a moment, Sarah, she rebelled against her fate, and she fought now, as you do. But I do not know if this would comfort you, as ultimately she failed. I knew that you were Tatiana. I knew you once as Marina. I knew you once from a distance as Saskia in Dothermere, though I never met her. And I briefly met you as Anna Maria Kondirovich.
Well, they have failed, and that is why I am here. But
You are most like Saskia, I find. I feel you should know now, in case the knowledge is thrown upon you later. As you tread this cycle and reappear, you have not always been ill-disposed to him. I think I would have lowered my voice as I said that, actually. I just stepped away from the others.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured y'all were chatting by a scarecrow.
Yeah, I ain't eavesdropping. You can have your ghostly bonding time.
I already know, so you know.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course.
I believe you. We've met Strahd before. He was amongst us. He presented himself as a friend. And I will admit, for a time he had my trust. I do not find it unlikely that others who have gone before me would have fallen for his charms. Or found comfort in a power greater than the rest of this land. And it is possible, Sir Dantos, that I shall fail. And some other child, some other woman will have to suffer her own choices, her own fate. But I've made a promise. I will fight until I can no longer. I will burn this land to make it so there are none that follow. May this be the last time you see my face.
I support it.
Thank you. It is comforting to have a knight.
We cannot trust in all of my order. You remember what I told you of Vladimir? What I
Yes.
told all of you of Vladimir.
Sorry, what?
He will seek to kill you on sight, Irina.
We'll have to make a plan. Perhaps it is best if I look differently, huh? When that time comes. A disguise or something.
That could work.
We'll have to think on it and try to understand. I know that Hope is choked out. She'll kind of gesture to the swampy grossness around them. I would like to believe that perhaps I can still encourage someone to hope, but if it's on sight, it's on sight. There's nothing that I can do. We'll be careful, yeah? Colin, Rickton, Tobias, we are ready to go, yeah?
As ready as we'll ever be, I think.
Yes. I think we've gotten enough stretching over here. Want to stay
Okay.
limber, yeah?
Ah,
I suppose.
Smack him upside the head a little bit.
all right. I deserve that one.
You all are going to see a figure come hopping into view.
Another scarecrow. Where's my husband?
It is a small winged creature with
A
almost
baby.
a bat-like face. It is very small, and it'll hop about going.
Oh, you cute little thing.
I'm about to kick this thing.
Yeah,
It's
can
gonna
I-
be shit.
Can I attack as Harrison?
Could I
You have to
offer
kick
out? Could I offer out a hand towards it to let it smell, so I can maybe pet this creature?
It's gonna grab at your hand, trying to tug you to follow.
Mm.
I do enjoy a good homunculus.
What in the hell is that?
It's a servant creature, yeah. I'm going to pick you up and you can point Sylvain.
I'll just, like, because he's grabbing my finger, I'll just kind of like curl it and put him in my hand.
You can't seriously be wanting to follow whatever that is.
Well, wherever we go, no matter what, we're going to be in danger. So
He's pointing in the direction we were heading, right? Not like back.
Yeah, it's still in that same general direction. Yep.
Well, I see no reason why we shouldn't entertain this calling.
Because we don't know what it is. Like, we don't know what
We're
it's
heading
doing
that
here.
way anyway.
I'm kind of more with Sardantos now. I kind of don't want to go there if this little thing's pointing us there.
Whoa.
Would I have ever seen these or know their business?
They're pretty familiar. They're pretty common familiar, like you would know them like dating back forever, that this is something frequently seen for those capable of summoning familiars and other things.
Was it a
Some
one?
sorceress beckons you, perhaps one of the witches. It may very easily be a ruse.
Thank you.
Okay, but the question still stands. What is the worst that could happen?
Death.
That could happen just sitting right here. That could happen walking down the road. That could happen in an inn.
We have something that a witch or hag seeks. There is one who is familiar to us. It is possible that this is her reaching out to us.
What?
Or it is also equally possible this is someone sending out a cry for help. Either way, it's along the way. See?
And it's
He's
gonna flap
adorable.
a whole bunch.
Hey, GM.
Mhm.
Silently on my shoulder, how does Colin 2 react to this creature?
This creature seems very much like it is trying to get you to go help whoever it serves. That's the best vibe check that Colin 2 gives you.
Cool. Extra question. Does Sir Dantos see Colin 2?
Oh my gosh, you can't just assume because he's dead he can see other dead people.
Trying to think.
If you're going solely off stat blocks, no.
When Irina looked through the magnifying or the looking glass, could she see Colin 2?
I don't think we ever really asked either.
Okay.
I don't
To be
know
fair,
if-
she hasn't really looked for
Yeah, I don't know
Colin
if she
too.
tried.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Okay, cool. Well, for chat, since it's been a while, and because no one else in the party can see him, Colin is followed by a snowy white owl that is a ghost.
Edwig. Got it.
Nope.
Hold on.
Yes.
It would be not.
Yeah.
We have Hedwig and I have this very
Deadwig.
angry inch
Mhm.
Deadwig
Wow.
and the very angry inch high homunculus.
All right. Well, yeah. As long as Colin 2 is not acting aggressive, I'll just be like, yeah. I mean, me and Colin 2 seem just fine following this. So that's as much as I can.
My understanding was that you were Colin.
Yeah.
Yes,
Who?
I am Colin.
When you refer to yourself in the third person.
No,
No.
Colin 2.
Can we explain on the way?
Very well.
All right. He will lead
Good.
you, down a path in the trees. Ignore the weird footprints.
I was gonna say, are those prints there? Because I'm totally going to look at them and be like, well, this is a fucking trap, and no thank you.
The art came with footprints, and I wasn't gonna take the time to Photoshop them out.
Yeah.
What about the Wicker Road sign?
Yeah, that's
there?
absolutely there.
Fantastic.
Those sorts of things have been all over, though, since you've kind of descended south.
Just get the camera up really close to my nose. I'm so scared.
So, and he will lead you to a stone garden. A fantastic crumbling edifice rises out of the misty forest. A hanging garden of exquisite beauty. Water trickles down the steps between massive carvings. Beyond the gate stands a crumbling altar. This shrine must have been lovely once, but time, decay, and some presence have given it a sinister air. It smells foul, and dark stains cover the floor and seep down the white stone. 5-foot-high terraces flank the boulevard. Low archways are built into the terrace walls in various stages of collapse. To the north, dilapidated stone stairways rise up to a large, oddly shaped tree. A wild profusion of plants grows on the terraces, and multicolored butterflies and moths flit and sing among them. Untamed overgrowth can't hide the fact that this garden is a haven for exotic plants that don't grow naturally in the surrounding forest. Unfamiliar flowers, towering ferns, and even stranger plants resembling giant pine cones or lily pads spread and tangle everywhere. The plants in this enclosed garden are like nothing you've ever seen. Their shapes are fantastic, and their colors are like gems sparkling in the sun. Enclosed by 5-foot-high walls, this strange, beautiful garden imparts a sense of serenity. And I'm going to suggest we take a quick break there. And everyone take 5 stretch your legs, and we will be back shortly. Welcome back. You have arrived at what seems to be a pristine garden enclosed in stone. The homunculus, the little guy, will continue to try and direct you inwards. And as you walk in, you will actually see a man and he will, oh, good job, good job, good job. Thank God. Oh, thank the gods. Ah, yes, hi, welcome. You're here. I was hoping it'd find someone to help. Oh, yes, I need some, oh, don't worry, come in. Hi, yes. Welcome. And the little guy will stay in your hand, Van Richten, but continue to chirp at this guy. And he will respond, yes, good job, yeah, good job.
Oh, sorry, we haven't been properly introduced. I am Dr. Rudolf von Richten. I'm responding to your unorthodox summons.
Yes, hi. I'm Barnabas. Hi. Oh. It's good.
Do we see the figure over behind him? Yeah?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
He will look at you all as you enter and just, good job. Good job. And then he is going to, drop his rake, and then turn and point at you and yell, take them instead! Aha! and start running away. And he's going to vault over a terrace.
What the hell?
What?
Take us to
Is
the
the-
where?
No, he said take them instead.
Oh.
It's a
So-
trap, friends.
Oh
I look
no,
at
Admiral
Akbar.
The
Wow, I look
homunculus
at-
is
I
going
look
to
at-
just look. And
Yeah,
then just
well,
look up
friend.
at you.
Yeah, you might want to hop on my shoulder. It'll be safer there.
We get to keep the homunculus now, at least.
Yes, quite a friend. And I'll pull out my heavy crossbow. For the moment, we might want to be ready for whatever comes next.
At this excitement, you will see the figure of a woman. Her skin is obviously jaundiced and appears covered in boils from what you can see, just like from the neck that is uncovered. She appears tormented and constantly seen reaching down to try and tend to the plants, but having no success. Seemingly, she will get frustrated and then come over to you. Oh, thank you for coming in to help. You can help. You can help us. The garden has no heart anymore. I need to. There's just no heart in the land. Can you help? Can you help? Grow. Yes, you will do. You will do.
Yes. Explain your situation.
I would like to bend down to like Colin's ear and be like, I've already got one in the bucket for, and I told you so with the whole creature thing. I don't want to be a whole twofer right now.
Oh, well, hold your horses there. You know,
Yes.
talking is good to start with.
Speak easy there, friend. What is the problem?
You can help. I appreciate you coming to help with this. Yes, you shall tend. It is so hard to find suitable gardeners to help me with my tasks.
Yes,
we
you
will
seem
have it
rather-
flourishing in no time.
Seem rather out of breath. I see you're working hard. We would love to give you some assistance for a small period of time. We are a very handy and talented group of people.
Your garden is quite overgrown as it is.
I appreciate you. Yes, very good. Okay, so if you could just disperse. There are rakes and shovels and spades. We want to get away the weeds, troublesome thorn vines, and she will kind of itch at herself. And you will see her hand come back in blood, and she'll just kind of wipe at it. But it is okay. We will get the garden pristine again. And then everything will be okay.
Whose garden is this?
It is mine.
And what is your name?
And her face will kind of go blank for a second. It is my garden. It has been my garden always. I must keep it pristine. It was a blessing from the mistress, you understand. I must keep it pristine.
Who is the mistress?
My mistress. The one that I worship. She bestows. You'll see here all the plants. She bestowed her blessing. I must keep it pristine. There's a sickness that keeps trying to get in. I will try and get it out.
We know the sickness is it dark vines that choke the plants.
You will see her agitation is seeming to almost reach a peak, and her eyes become almost frenzied, unable to stay fixated on anything for more than a few seconds. You will help. You will help, and it'll all be okay. We will restore the beauty. We'll restore the beauty. You will help. Please grab spades. I will teach you how to do.
Irina will
quite
walk
the green thumb.
Irina will walk forward and pick up the rake that the man abandoned and hold it. Please show me to where you need help.
Yes. Well, I just need help all over. You will see that there's diseases. I believe it is brought in by insects or something. I've tried to create the alchemist was not fit to be a gardener, though he did create a few salves, so I'm not sure they worked. You may help. I'm here. If you dig out, you can dig deep into the roots.
Do you need help? Have the diseases spread to you?
No, I do not need help. I am fine. We just need to make everything in the garden better.
You are clearly suffering from an affliction.
Yeah, can I just, as I'm looking at her, try to ascertain, like you said she was covered in boils, she's scratching, like
Mm-hmm.
try to determine if it's like a poison ivy kind of deal, like.
I would also like to cast a medical eye over this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll a medicine.
24.
Okay.
I got a 12.
She seems to have a myriad of illnesses. The main one, and you would think possibly the first one, is a pretty common disease. It's similar to like shingles, in a sense, but it kind of presents itself as boils, and terrible like bleeding hives.
And her desperation to grow the garden back and general retraction of any vegetation from her hand, despite claiming to have a green thumb, is that reeks of a curse of some kind? Yes.
Are you doing a vibe check?
I would love to consult my knowledge of Arcana in this matter to potentially ascertain the root of this issue. Not to make more vegetation jokes, but they're growing on me. Only a 9.
You deserve it.
Okay, all right. Let me show you how it's done. All right. First off, looking at this lady, is she still living?
No.
Of course not. All right. How many times has she died?
Only once. It was a long time ago. She, as best you can tell, she died from her illnesses.
Yeah, as I kind of shoulder my way in front of everyone, I very slightly whisper that information to Van Richten. And then looking at the lady, I have something that can break curses and potentially find ways to break them. Where is there a concentrated area of the curse that I can look at?
Are you looking around the garden?
I'm asking her specifically.
Oh, you're asking her. There's no curse. There's no curse. There's no curse. I was given the blessing of this garden, and if I keep it pristine, the bounty will yield the ability to just make things better.
Yes.
I used to have quite the green thumb, but I don't know what I keep doing wrong. Clearly I need help. I need help.
Of course, we'll help you, and I'll pick up a shovel and start to go now looking around for anything that looks cursed specifically as I'm pretending to tend the garden.
As you look about, there is right in the center here a kind of altar with a stone statue on it depicting a woman, a figure. Let me find you art. But it is kind of now familiar figure to all of you. If I can find it. I cannot.
No worries. As I am and as I do, I am specifically a disenchanter. So my remove curse has actually a range of 30 feet and can target items or creatures I see within that range. If a curse proves impossible to remove, I learn the conditions by which it can be broken. So that's what I am trying to do.
Okay. There is no curse here. Other than, I mean, you would wager that whatever is affecting the land is possibly affecting this garden's ability to produce the pristine beauty that it is meant to. It's definitely wild and lush here, but it is not what it should be.
Wonderful. As I am walking around pretending to do what she wishes and I'm now behind her back, I look around and I try to wordlessly portray that there's nothing we can do, and I lift up the shovel and look at the woman and look at everyone else.
Irina will hold up a hand for like a moment. When you say that the statue is like a familiar, is it one of the goddesses?
Yeah, so I have now found it, and it is one you have seen, like a figure you have seen before. A woman with multiple arms that appears to be like weaving something.
Irina will gesture back to the statue and say out loud, your mistress is familiar to us. Tell me, has she visited you recently?
Yes, she isn't. She must be. I used to serve. I had quite a skill with magic. I used to serve, but I have not seen her. I know I disappoint.
What do you mean? You disappoint? The garden still grows, yes?
It is not a tenth of its beauty, and some of the plants that come in, I have no control over what grows here. I can't grow what I need. I can't. It's just it all grows wild.
Is there something here that the mistress wishes to grow? Something in particular? I feel if we are to help you, it would be best to start with the most important.
I needed to grow. I needed to grow. I could grow the plants I needed.
What plants do you need?
Things better. It's fine. I have tried everything. We just need to grow to get this garden under control. The plants don't seem to respond to me anymore.
Yes. What is it that you need to grow? Is it for your ailment?
It's just to make me better.
So you are no longer sick?
I am fine.
Yes, I can see that you are fine, but you say to make things better. We would absolutely wish to help you in this. But in order to do so, my dear, perhaps you could tell us what we need to grow.
We need to trim out. I'm sure that if we just trim out the corruption, we can, the plants that are meant to will grow in. I planted the seeds. It was such beauty. It was such beauty. Once.
Irina will nod and say, "You mentioned that the heart of the garden is gone." And then she's going to look at Colin directly. I remember once hearing the mistress say that we needed to plant heart, as all her followers know, yes? Where would the heart be?
She put her heart into the land long ago. Long ago. I don't think it is here anymore, or the day the mist came, I think something happened. I think they choked the heart. It'll be better if we can just weed out the corruption. All the thorns and the plants that aren't supposed to be here. They keep coming in, taking over everything. And you're going to see her kind of start growing in form as she's getting more and more agitated talking about this.
Irina's going to kind of put out, like, it is all right. We are here to help. Can you take us to where the corruption is worse?
Yes, well, it has taken over my beautiful shaping. And she will point up to, like, that strangely shaped tree at the top of the stairways to the north. It took it over completely. It was such a beautiful shaping. I trained it for years.
Looks like what?
Well, to look like... And she's going to point to you, Irina, to look like her.
Do you know me?
No, I don't know. I don't know you.
Mistress, she told you to make this then, yes?
No, I knew a woman that she was here. She was a friend of mine.
What was her name? Perhaps I know her.
Her name was Tanya. She was very kind.
Tatiana, you say, yes?
She seemed to, shine. I knew the mistress blessed her. I knew it. She was special, I could tell.
Yeah, Irina's gonna start making up for this shaped tree.
I have alchemical abilities. And,
it is
very nice.
Overcome with those thorns and vines.
So while there is a large variety, it's all being choked out effectively?
Yes. And there seem to be a lot of very aggressive looking plants growing here that perhaps are not the originally intended plants that were wanting to be cultivated in this garden.
But have they come in from the outside? Do I see signs of natural growth into the garden from out beyond the barrier, or it just seems like it was purposely planted?
Flourishing here, and choking out what was originally meant to be that was originally planted here. You will see a few very soft flowers, a few medicinal plants, and always right next to them, slowly overtaking them, are viney, aggressive plants that have shot up and have started to overtake. Like you can see right here, there's, very nice calm flowers, and then right next to it, overtaking the statues and everything, are the more aggressive looking plants.
Gotcha. Now, of course, she's also mentioned that she's tried everything but I'm concerned. Is there alchemical usage for the nice plants that I can see? It seems like a lot of this was purely decorative, and
a lot of the plants seem to be medicinal in nature. From what you can tell, if you're looking under all the like aggressive plants overtaking them, they definitely seem to be of healing variety.
Okay, but they're having difficulty growing. Are they harvestable at this point?
They are too choked out to be harvestable.
Understood. Last thing, then back to creepy, scary lady tree. Could I make some kind of general an intelligence check in order to ascertain whether a proper hallowing of this place would not remove the plant growth, but allow for a stronger horticultural harvest? Obviously,
roll a check for me. You want to do
that's just a check.
Intelligence, nature? What do you want to do? Insight?
I could do nature, arcana. I could see either of those working for me.
Up to you how you would go about approaching the problem.
Okay, I'll try and get this from an arcana just to see if the spell could theoretically hold up. So it's a dirty 20.
Okay. You get the sense that any spell you cast here, wouldn't last very long. It would soon be overtaken by whatever is happening here on a larger scale.
Interesting.
But also, while you're looking around and kind of picking through these plants, you are going to notice something a little disturbing. It seems that she mentioned having gardeners in the past. And it seems that she has been using a very strange mulch in this garden.
I mean, to be honest, I was amazed when she asked us to pick up rakes. I thought this was straight what we were getting to before.
Best fertilizer in the business.
Well, I mean, you as someone with physician's knowledge, that most of these bones seem to be very aged people's.
And is there signs of...
There's no
physical harm?
Signs of trauma.
Okay.
Deaths, from what you can tell, like looking at skulls or rib cages, looking for like knife marks or, things like that, or cracking on the skull. As far as you can tell, all the bones you're finding seem to belong to bodies that died of natural causes.
All right, well, I'll continue, but I'll be working my way around to the group, as I suspect I find more bodies and continuing conditions.
Yeah, are you like digging more into garden beds? Because these are just kind of poking out as you kind of lift up vines and leaves, like you will see a few bones sticking out of the dirt.
I'll double check to make sure it's obviously not clear that I'm perusing into the network here, but
I mean, if you were to look over at her, she just seems pleased that you guys are apparently tending to the garden beds and plants.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I'll keep digging further.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
You are going to continue digging, and you are going to... Something will shift under the dirt, and I assume you naturally kind of pull back.
I reverse grip on my trowel. And...
You will see a kind of bark-like hand reach out from under the ground, almost in a pleading, a very weak way.
I motion towards my homunculus friend. I hold out a hand for him to jump on.
Now, they are moving up towards the tree. Could you get one of their attention to come back around here at some point? But be very quiet, yeah?
Are you gonna continue unearthing?
I'll be very careful about it, but I want to make sure that homunculus guy, dude, bro, person, thing is at least like, do I get like a nod, or is he looking at me like confused?
No, he'll nod. Though he seems very interested in the hand that's grabbing it, but yeah, he'll and look around. And go off to who's closest right now? Are everyone's tokens where they should be?
Where's the shaping tree? That's where
It's
Irina
up by
is.
me.
That's up by at the top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sedantos would have also gone to that tree.
Yeah,
Alright.
following Irina.
I figured
he's
a
gonna
good
come
portion
up
of the
and
group.
the homunculus is gonna come up and kind of. Like he's trying to be quiet.
It was very quiet, almost like I heard nothing.
Oh, okay. Noise gate.
Yeah, the noise gate does not like your homunculus sounds, and it makes me sad because I know they're probably amazing.
Rip.
So looking at this tree though, there's a couple of things. Irina's gonna be careful because like big owies. Oh. I being careful because when we encountered these vines before, they were like painful, like big owie vibes, but also understanding like this is clearly like Jenny's involved, all the stuff. Irina wants to do two things. She wants to reach in her pack and pull out the telescope and one of the arrows from the quiver. And she first wants to look at the tree through the telescope to see what the vines versus the tree look like.
At the center of the tree, you can see what almost looks like the shape of a woman. But it is not moving. It is still, it's almost like the core of this tree. And the vines look like corruption and sickness. They are dark and appear to be like oozing an energy, piercing into this tree.
She's then going to hand Colin the telescope. Colin, there is someone kept at the center of this tree. I think this is... I'm not certain. But would you mind taking a look? And as Colin's observing what Irina saw, she's going to take the arrow and holding it like near the arrowhead, is going to reach down and kind of move it towards the vines to see if the vines like recoil or move at all. Understanding like the thought process being, if this is Ginny Greenteeth's garden, right, and this magical item was important to her, that there might have some kind of resonant harmonies or something with it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to hold the arrow kind of getting closer to the vines to see if they react.
They do. Well, you don't see the vines react. The energy that seems to like just emanate from the vines kind of gets repelled a little.
Irina will then kind of stand up and look at Serdantos and Colin and hold up the arrow. whatever this is, this ancient magic, it has some qualities to push back this. I don't know if what we have here is enough to reach the heart of this tree, but there is something to it. Yeah?
I don't think the lovely gardener back there is going to enjoy if we start tearing apart this tree.
Well, I don't think we need to tear apart the tree with so much as remove the corruption, yes?
Would you drive an arrow into it and see if it drives away the corruption?
I am hesitant because we were supposed to return this to Ginny, and I fear what will happen if we use them, but I think that might be the best option. And she'll turn and Colin, do you remember what Ginny said to you in the hut?
That's gonna be a no dice.
Okay, I remember. So I'm gonna talk player knowledge a little bit. So when we were talking with her, I'm gonna pull up my notes 1 second so I can get here we go. She was weaving us a tale, and she kind of like went through the land was stagnated. It does not grow. It does not change. There were 3 sisters. The youngest was loved by the people and their stories. Many of these people were killed, warped gifts. And she got to a part where like visitors come and try to help, but never before have there been visitors like us looked at Colin specifically and said, there is a way to get it. You must plant it. It needs a heart to grow from. So when crazy gardener lady mentioned the heart is no more, that's what procked Irina remembering this like turn of phrase and would have tried to remind Colin of this exchange.
Well, I stopped taking notes here a while ago, and my memory isn't what it used to be, but what the hell is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. But I feel as if it was an omen. As if she knew that we would encounter this place, and that you specifically would have some tie, some knowledge of how to help, perhaps?
Looking over the tree and trying to think of it. I mean, on the surface, the only thing that comes to mind is some kind of sacrifice, but I don't know if any of us are really wanting to do that so far. Can I try to figure out magically what the heck is the connection with this tree and that phrasing, GM?
How are you approaching this problem? You want to roll an insight?
Arcana.
Okay, roll an Arcana.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's gotta be some kind of magic or something, but what exactly are they asking? Wow. It's a nat 1, so it's a 14.
If there was a tree that needed to grow magically and there were some sort of heart or something that Jenny was talking about, you would expect it needs to be found and planted at a tree or at a site that needs healing.
And am I thinking it's a very specific item, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you've studied the supernatural and fairy tales and all sorts of stuff so much that it's like, this is the MacGuffin. or at least one of them. There is probably a specific item if some crazy old lady in a hut was talking to you guys about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're using your genre awareness, then yes.
Irina, I don't believe we've come across what we need yet to heal this area. At least I don't have it in my deep pockets as far as I know. But I'm not sure we're really gonna get the time here as I gesture to the very obvious bodies all over.
Yeah, Irina will nod. I believe that we have to make a case of some kind. Our host will become frantic if we should try to leave. We need to make sure that I would prefer not to hurt her. She seems distraught as it is. But you say there is an item, perhaps, what? Irina will, like, hold the arrow in her hand. Is it worth trying? At least embed an arrow in the tree to try and hold back from the deepest parts. You could see the woman, yes?
Yeah, but if I don't know, honestly, if that's the way to go about it. I'm not sure this arrow is related, but I mean, we can always take a detour and go talk to Green Teeth herself again. You said she wanted those arrows, correct?
Yes, we'd have to travel back, away from our current course, though. It would take time. Colin, I'm afraid I'm about to try something very stupid.
Well, you know I'm a fan of that, so I won't fault you.
Irina will nod. She's gonna knock one of these arrows in her bow, and pull it back, aiming at the heart of the tree. But before she does, she is going to whisper a prayer to Jenny Greenteeth specifically, knowing that she was one of the, like, goddesses of this land. And
What
she's
name
going.
do you say in the prayer?
I would say the name she knows her by. The Weaver. Okay. She would say the Weaver. She would. I pray for guidance from the Weaver to let me know how to help this heart grow. She would wait, like, for, like, the feeling of the spirit or something. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens, but roll a religion check for me.
Okay. I'm going to use my +2 to make that a 13.
Okay. Nothing happens. But you don't get the feeling that it just went out into the ether.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna let this arrow fly, trying to, like, aim towards where she saw this figure in the tree, understanding, like, it's covered in vines and everything, but, like, as much as she can, she's trying to drive this arrow in, hoping that it'll create, like, at least a little spot, a little negative force field of some kind.
Yeah, the arrow will fly out and strike with a force that you will feel. A little bit of a magical shockwave almost, and you will see the vines almost shrivel and become brittle and fall off of this shaped tree. And you are going to see some of the shaping kind of peel, like, almost part, and you will see a face. Do you speak Sylvan?
I sure do.
Yep. All right. That is what I thought. there's going to be a shape kind of reveal itself as these vines peel back. And in Sylvan, the face will whisper gratitude and then go gray and ash-like.
Can I get to the face without interacting with the vines?
Yeah, so the thorny vines are gone. They have gone brittle and dried and fallen like dead twigs. It is just this shaped tree now with this, like, the parted to kind of show the core.
Yeah. Irina wants to approach the tree then. And, like, get close to the face. And she is gonna reach out, like, looking at Colin and Sir Dantos, like, eyes wide, like, holy shit, I can't believe that fucking worked. Just gonna move up and lay a hand on the side of this face. And, like, in Sylvan, repeat back, I am here to help you.
The bark-like skin is gray, as if the whatever life force was still in this creature is now gone. But you don't get the sense that that's a bad thing. But if you go touch the vines, there will be like a kind of last rustling as it separates and shows the core of the shaped tree. And you are fairly confident. Colin, you would know for sure this, like, your knowledge of everything. This was a dryad at the center of this shaping.
I know this, but also I don't know what to think about it.
Van Richten.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to you, that all having happened. This hand reaching out to you, if you continue to part the soil, you will see a dryad. And you too, Van Richten, would know this. It seems to be buried a few feet deep in the soil and extremely weak. Still breathing. A faint energy you can see, like green energy traveling from its torso through its fingers and into the roots of the garden's plants. But it will look at you, and in Sylvan, it will plead for death. It will say, Ha Mai, which is Old Elvish for death and freedom.
More than happy to provide that. Okay. I'll throw the shovel aside, kind of kneel down, give him a nod, and remove the rapier, my silver rapier from the cane, angle it, north of the rib cage, above the heart, and just.
Okay. A sigh will go out of it. And you will see the plant that it was trying to keep alive against the aggressive thorns will wither.
And I'll just note that this has caused the death of what's remaining. Would it be reasonable to ascertain this garden is full of tortured dryads?
It would probably be pretty reasonable to surmise that, yes.
We are going to be escorted off the premises at this rate.
Yeah.
We're going to be escorted into the premises as fertilizer.
If that plant is withering, we are going to be dealing with that shortly. I'm trying to figure out timeline-wise. Sir Dantos, you are with Irina and Colin, is that correct?
That is correct.
Are you passively observing, or what are you doing up there?
Yeah, I was listening to their conversation, observing the dryad. I would not have known what it was saying. So
Okay.
yeah, at that point, I would just be seeing what's happening here, casting an eye around, but not traveling off anywhere else yet.
Okay. Tobias, what are you doing?
Chilling.
Are you still just kind of at the entrance?
Oh yeah, I'm not going into the creepy death plant land
While
again.
this is all happening with those two groups, then the figure is going to
please do
come
not.
up to you and just, I need your help. Are you unwilling to help?
I'm good.
I need your help. The land needs your help. You must help. You must help.
Oh yeah, no, I did plenty of farming as a kid. It's not really my thing anymore. I do more tinker tool things.
You did farming, so you know how to tend to plants.
Not anymore.
No. You must help. You must help. you
Yeah,
must
I'm
help.
gonna do more harm than help for your garden.
You
I
must
think it's
help.
probably counterintuitive and or productive.
Will you please roll a charisma saving throw for me?
Oh, sure. Oh, hey, an 18.
Okay. She is going to grow large, and you will see her kind of like move towards you. And you will feel a very frantic energy kind of settle over your mind. But it does not stay. And she will kind of like blink for a second. No, you must help. You must help. You must help. Maybe you're not helping. Maybe if you were weak, we could get you to help. I could get you to help. And she is going to kind of grow larger. And can you please let's see. I need you to roll another save for me.
Uh-huh.
Can you please? Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, 16.
Okay. You are going to become diseased.
What the fuck?
As she kind of reaches forward and grabs at your shoulders. Her hands will kind of pass through your shoulders, but you will feel yourself sicken. And you are going to get... Let's see. A fever. You are going to have disadvantage on strength saving throws and attack rolls that use strength.
Of course I am.
Toby's got a fever of 102.
The only thing that's gonna cure it is more cowbell.
So when she does kind of come up on me, I am going to kind of just like push her back off, like, I don't know what you're doing, ma'am, but you need to step away.
No, see, you need the healing now too. You must help. You must help. I can see that you are also sick. You are also unwell. We will help each other. I'm sorry.
Well,
but
clearly
you must help
you're not.
now.
No, hard no. Not after that. Not after this whole touching thing.
she is going to, you must help now. And with that last now, it's going to actually turn into a scream.
Uh-huh.
And everyone within 60 feet of her, make a wisdom save.
Pew, 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 18.
Toby, you're fine.
I think
Uh-oh.
Down
Is that
Toast is out
everybody?
of range.
Okay.
77 feet.
You son of a
He's playing 4D chess. He knew.
Ooh. Arena!
Is-
You're going to age 2 years.
What?
Van Richten, you're fine. Colin, you're going to age 4 years. And you are frightened.
But one roll that if I'd failed that, I'd been like, so what?
Age means nothing.
Look, man, I don't need any more years on me.
So-
What is happening to my brain?
You hear this scream go out, this ghost screaming at Toby, and you will feel it chill down to your bones, and you will feel tired, and anyone looking directly at you will notice that like you seem a little bit more aged in your appearance. And yeah, Colin, Arena, you are frightened.
Is this considered a mind influencing ability?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you see me start to age and my hair go even whiter again and start to feel frightened, I just snap out of it and shake my head loose and I shatter spell it.
Cool. Okay.
So this lady's looking like bigger and ugly right now.
Yeah, she's looking much bigger, and her face is just terribly distraught. In fact, now that she's looking a little upset, let me show you the artwork for her.
I'm just imagining her token art, but expands to like
Mhm.
swole,
Like, is she now like taller than Toby since he's,
like she's tapping puberty.
over 7 feet? Oh God.
Yep,
Okay.
she has grown in size quite a bit,
Gross.
She is very cool. I want to be friends.
right?
So like, if she's still being creepy, I'm gonna slowly kind of reach for like the only, well, one of 2 weapons I have, just like, because he's afraid for his life at this point.
Okay.
But also getting kind of a headache from the screaming, the creepy, and the fever.
Okay. What are you... I mean, are you...
Are we in?
I'm like taking steps back, like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be 2 for 2.
You must help. There's no other way. We have to fix
Yeah.
it.
No.
You must help. And she is going to reach out for you again.
I will retaliate
Yeah, what are you retaliating with?
my battle axe.
Okay.
I'm telling.
An 18. To like slash at the arm because like she's trying to reach for me again. That's a big no-no.
Okay.
Consent was withdrawn.
So because he would just reach for it with the one hand, it's gonna be the 5. Oh wait, no, that should be a disadvantage because she made me sick. Does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna miss because I'm dying internally.
All right. Are you doing anything else? Because she is reaching out to touch you.
We'll go with the second attack. A 12 to, or you know what? I'll use Dev's +2. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Fuck. Okay. That's gonna be it for now. I'm
Okay.
freaked.
Should we roll advantage?
I
You mean
will roll
initiative?
Yeah, I prefer rolling initiative.
That one.
I mean, I'll roll advantage
No
every day, all day.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Porque no los dos?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll definitely be running towards the source of whatever the hell just happened.
Yeah, as this scream hits, Irina's gonna, like, her knees will buckle as she kind of leans into the tree. And she'll, like, just, like, because she's frightened, is going to, like, whisper to the tree, like, something about fuck the witch.
Don't fuck the witch, but fuck the witch.
Okay.
On it. Rolls today. Jeez.
Bad roll for you, girl.
All right, hold on just 1 second. Hold, please. Where is this? Oh. Okay, let's see. All right. Thank you for holding with me. We will go up to Van Richten to start. Van Richten, you hear this scream go off moments after you put that dryad to rest, per its request.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I will
For a second,
turn
you're
my
gonna feel
eye.
like it's directed at you because of what you just did, but
I just like pull back. I had my heavy crossbow, so I'll just kind of, I like to imagine when I unsheath, I try to find some cobblestones to get the cane stuck in, so it's an easier pull. Just slam it back into its place, and I am going to. Oh gosh, I always forget the term for this. But effectively a hunter's mark, but just with monster slayer, a slayer's prey as a bonus action, and I will loose a heavy crossbow bolt its direction.
if you alt click on me,
I have her targeted, so 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, I don't know. I'll see. Normal damage should do 8 piercing plus. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do this. Because I'm the worst. That should be an extra d6. So, Shibuya. So, 13 damage total.
Okay. Oh, that applied. Good. Okay.
And I'll just
What was the weapon you attacked with, really quick?
a heavy crossbow.
Non-magical.
As much as I would love it to just be standard that I always have all the magical ammunition in the world, no, this is just regular.
Okay.
Unless I'm allowed to.
No.
There we go. Yeah, and either way, I'm just aiming to get its attention.
Excuse me. I have a complaint about the state of your hospitality.
She is just going to look back at you, that having gone in her, and just scream. Her mouth just stretching unnaturally. And then it is now Toby's turn.
Just moving behind the statue as I grab a bit of the dead leaves out to emphasize my point.
Gonna kind of swing at the lady. An 18 to hit.
That will hit.
It's non-magical. 5 damage.
Okay.
Roll the fucking 1. Thank you, game. Swing 2. Then a 12's gonna miss. Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay. Arena, you are frightened.
Yeah. She's going to kind of turn away from the tree back over her shoulder. I am assuming I cannot see the witch from where I am.
No, because the altar and statue of the Weaver are kind of in between.
Right,
like you're high enough that you could have if there were not a huge altar in front of you.
Okay, yeah. Irene is going to, like, these stairs go up. I think she's going to move away, up onto here to, like, try and get a bigger vantage point. All she's trying to do is, like, see shoulders, essentially, from where she's at.
Okay.
It is
good there.
Right, like, I'm picturing this as up and over. If I need to move more, like, this direction.
That should be fine.
And is going to levy a couple of shots, I guess. Let's see, and they're gonna be a disadvantage. Disadvantage. A 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. And then we're gonna do it again. How about a 19?
A 19 will hit.
Great. Let me make sure I can do this the way I want to do this. Yep, I'm gonna use the bonus action. Well, I should have done that before. Unless you'll allow me to bonus action Hunter's Mark at this point, because that would be the thing that she cared about. Totally up to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Sick. So let's roll
I'll
for
allow it.
damage, and it has some health taken away from it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So that will apply Fossa Slayer as well for 24 magical piercing damage. Is it kind of like she fires the air and it goes off to the side, and like Irina, like I feel like at this point this girl's so tired of being scared of shit. Like there's just like tears in her eyes and her knees are kind of shaken, so that first arrow just flies off to the side, but she'll steal her resolve, like thinking about the dryad in the tree, and loose that second arrow. That's my turn.
Okay.
Can I roll to save against the frightened by any chance? Oh,
I believe it's at the end of your turn, so yep.
Wisdom save, right?
Yes.
Okay. 23.
Okay, that'll do it.
Perfect. And as the arrow hits, Irina remembers that she's a fucking badass, and that's my turn.
All right, that arrow will hit, and you will hear her scream just pierce the air of this garden. And she is going to just move towards you. And she is going to drop. It's going to be.
Wonderful. Come closer.
Here. Yep.
Makes it a little easier for me.
Can't beat your ass if you can't get closer. Oh no.
So can everyone make a Constitution save?
Ooh, I don't know if I'm good at on that one.
It is 16 to save. So please take half of 24 if you save, or full 24 of poison damage. If you do not save.
I will not.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
That is all she is doing right now, and then Dantos, you are up.
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just swing twice. FYI, DM, don't know if you know, but her HP is visible
Yes.
for some reason. Okay.
I do it to save myself. And how is she looking? Questions.
Okay, cool. Does 23 hit her?
Yes, it does. Ooh. I fail. Whatever Constitution saving throw that was.
Concentration, I think.
Yeah. That was for concentration on something.
All right, then.
Cloud kill.
Cloud kill
Cool.
will disperse.
I will strike again. Oh, 11?
11 will not hit.
And hey, I don't know what's going on here. So I am gonna action surge to attack again twice.
Okay.
Oof.
Meets it, beats
16.
it. Yep.
Nice. And a final one.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, fails. Yep. And I will just step around.
Okay.
On
And it
me,
looks like
witch.
it automatically applied that damage.
Yeah, it did. I alt clicked it. Yeah.
Yeah, she will turn with you as you turn. She is following and facing you. Her attention is definitely drawn.
Good. That's me.
Oop. We both hit next. Colin, you're up.
All right, I will take my movement and get a little closer, and then I'm going to take out my vial of vampire ashes, and I'm gonna hope that this is not a bad idea, and I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice. That should be right. For 9 damage.
Is it all cold damage?
No, Chill Touch is not cold damage. It is
Oh.
necrotic damage.
Oh. That will not do anything. You will see it hit successfully, but she seems just unfazed by that as it settles down onto her.
Yeah, I figured that would be the answer to that, but worth a try.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that it for you? Then Rickton, you're up.
All right. He'll come around from cover. No one ever takes me seriously these days. I'm losing my touch. And he'll fire off the heavy crossbow again. I should still have her selected. I don't. Ugh, embarrassing. Okay. 19 to hit. Fantastic. Oh, damn it. Forgot the... So, damn. 12
I'm gonna add
and 2. So 14 damage from non-magical source. But as a bonus action, he will flick a hand forward and I'm doing spiritual weapon.
and getting that cast. But so it will come in to swoop to attack her as a spectral gardening shears.
Uh-huh.
That is
that'll
going
hit.
to be a 28 to hit. Damn. And that'll be 13 force damage.
Oof. How would you like to describe it, Van Richten?
Oh gosh. It's just gonna be as he's facing off with Sardantos and like turned to face him, like pulling back, there's gonna be a bolt that like catches her hand, spectrally kind of taking a bit away from her, turning for a moment only for a pair of gardening shears to effectively come in and right into her gullet and just diffuse that last bit of energy.
Okay.
As I'll step around the corner.
No respect these days from spirits.
The energy, she will disperse with a final wail. And she is no more. Irina. You are going to notice something at your feet. Let me just get it ready for you. It is it appears to be it has fallen from the dryad next to you and rolled onto the ground. And yes, it says Trent, but it is a dryad heart. And it seems to have fallen out when you struck it with that arrow, which, by the way, you can retrieve.
Yeah.
And you now have this magical item, thanks to Valix.
Yeah. Let me look and see really quickly. I want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, before Irina's kind of alone, she's gonna pick it up. And it has like stuff around it to like be worn as a pendant. Irina will kind of hold it in her hands and look at the tree, and like around the forest, she'll absolutely put it on, kind of wincing as one of the like thorns kind of pierces her skin, and will say out loud to the garden in Sylvan, rest easy, my sisters. Vengeance. I will carry your vengeance with me.
As you put on this heart and say that, you can hear the kind of cries of what sound like more dryads all throughout the garden.
How many we talking? Like a lot?
There are at least 4 more in here.
If Irina can hear, like, pinpoint where they are, like, she'll stand there for a moment hearing their screams, and tears will start rolling down her cheeks, and she'll pull out her rack skull dagger and start finding them and just dispatching them.
Yep.
Each time.
Each one, it is the same as when Van Richten came across it. It is just weak, extremely weak, but still breathing, pleading for death.
Yeah. Each time, she'll bury the dagger, and Sylvan rest now. Just each time. And just crying the whole time.
Okay. What
She's making a
is
show of it.
everyone else doing?
Is Tobias still afflicted with any kind of disease or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would.
He has to, Tobias, you will need to save 3 times in order to get rid of that disease.
I will go purge him.
Oh, okay.
If
Yes.
Irina is going around and starts digging up these dryads, Von Richten will, of course, offer to help. He has a trowel and a shovel ready. So, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
just each time a soft little send off.
You will do that, and each time the plant with them will wither, and they will just give one final sigh as they die. What is everyone else doing? Tobias, you are getting purged, I believe.
Yes, I play him a lovely little song from a music box, and his disease fades away as I purge him of his condition.
Okay.
Sedantos's sword would have covered in a bit of viscera. You just bamf it away and bamf it back. It's pristine. We'll then just take a slight look around, just trying to see if there's any other threats. Wouldn't wander far from the group, just casting a wary eye about whilst everybody else is going around their business. What has the homunculus been doing?
It
since all
has
this kicked
been
off?
just sitting on Van Richten's shoulder, chirping away.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It came back. Oh, good.
It did not abandon you guys, and it did not engage in battle.
Truly aimed. Van Richten.
Yes, well, should have enough practice at it. Plus, only wish I would have saved up a few more bolts that specialized in taking down the mundane. The greater spirits, rather. Bit tapped out, but what can you do?
What do you require?
Silver, usually.
Despite not having much of a jaw or teeth, you'll see a slight smile. Perhaps in time I may be able to assist with that.
Well, I will very much look forward to it. You'll excuse me. Harry and Kolyana is in need of assistance here.
Yeah, once all the dryads are done, Irina will stand, wipe away any of the debris from trying to dig them out, and turn towards the gate, rejoining the party. I believe that whatever force is pushing this is now gone with the death of the dryads. She'll look at the figure's body, and her face just again sad. This woman did what she thought she had to survive. If there's like an altar or something, Irina will kind of gesture to it.
I mean, there's the statue of the Weaver, which is clearly meant to be a shrine, so you can place her there.
Yeah, Irina would encourage the party for us to kind of put her there.
She provided a corpse? I was under the assumption. Sorry, which body are we talking about?
The witch.
The witch. Okay, I thought it was more of a ghosty thing, but yes.
Yeah, so
She was ghosty, but like her body was here, so we can
Okay.
say that Irina has come across it.
Mm-hmm.
We already have a shovel. Might as well.
I don't know if that's necessary, or if we should take the time. I feel like underneath the Weaver's gaze, she should be fine.
Have her decompose naturally. Some flowers, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, I'll assist in the preparations, and then I will cast Decompose. But if it's okay, I would like her to become a nice bed of flowers and mossy vines.
Yeah, you will see mold start to grow up over her bones, almost in a delicate lace pattern. And it will slowly have the bones start to almost dissolve under it in like kind of a sped up decompose, and from it will sprout a bed of flowers.
Well, not always the most pleasant of distractions, but it is not without reward. I look at the monkeys. Tell me, how do you feel about the name Piccolo? 9. 9. Yeah. No one seems to enjoy it.
What about Pete?
Surely Herman. Herman Culus.
We'll work on it.
He's gonna just like look at you, just with a deadpan expression. Is everyone like moving back to the forest after laying her to rest?
I feel like we need somewhere to rest ourselves, and I don't know if this area is the place to do it, or if it even matters out here.
Yeah, I think Irina would just encourage that we continue our journey, right?
It's hard to keep up with the maintenance of my special glasses out here in this damn forest.
I always just tape of a meh noise. Sorry, Irina.
No, you're good. Perhaps Tobias could attend to them, what with his remembered skills.
Yes, possibly so. I have a little tool, but I feel they're getting a little old, and now that they're cracked on one lens, thanks to running into a magical wall, it's good stuff. Anyways, a good rest somewhere, yeah?
I mean, I don't
We
think
should
need
probably
it.
continue moving.
I mean, it's only been a few hours since you woke up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm,
like I
well,
think we just
Okay,
continue on the road.
Don't be
yeah.
such a baby.
I'm glad that you guys feel so well rested and not poisoned half to death.
Oh, Irina's gonna nod and move over and cast Cure Wounds on Colin. And we're gonna go ahead and do second level. Let me do that. So 11 points of healing, bud.
I guess that'll do for now. I should have warded myself against poison, but I didn't think we would be up against it so soon.
And now that she's closer with her hand on her shoulder, she's gonna kind of look at like your hair and like reach up and kind of like touch it a little bit. Colin, are you all right? Your hair, it's different. It's more gray. There's markings here that weren't before.
I don't know if there's lasting effects to whatever happened, but it's not uncommon for my hair to react to magic in general. I mean, I'm not that old, but my hair is obviously white most often.
Mm.
It's something that happened years ago.
Hmm. Are you better? Ready to continue?
Sure. As much as I can be.
I'll nod. And yeah, start to move out of the garden.
Okay. If you all continue to follow, you can head southwest, more towards through the Heartlands towards where you believe the winery to be. The forest, where there are not overgrown, once cleared fields, continues to grow older and more dense. And you eventually find the small road, really more of wagon tracks that you originally were on, and continue onwards. And let's see here. You can you will find yourselves on the path with a bridge ahead of you. And I think that is where we should leave it. We will just pause here and then resume where we left off. I will go ahead and bring you back to the landing page. Okay. That will conclude session 27 of Curse of Strahd Dark Echoes. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the magic items and the various advantages and other boons given. Tune in for more every other Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific. Our next episode, however, will be Saturday, April 23rd, because on the 9th I will be in Westworld. And the connection there is just really crap. So, I am Luke Locke, and I have been your Dungeon Master this morning. Players, would you like to go around and sign off? Sarah, I know you have some special stuff, so we'll have you go last. We'll go in reverse order, starting with Van Richten.
Oh, all right then. It's a nice change of pace. Hello everybody, I am Turk or Turk Accented. I was playing the good Dr. Rudolph von Richten tonight. If you want to see more of me, then you can find me every Sunday, nice and early in the morning, over on Lost Caravan RPG. We're playing some Lancer. And beyond that, I will be on Neon Lights Roleplay this upcoming Tuesday. We're doing another episode of A Blade's Will, a little fun crossover there that we'll probably all die in. If you want to go support me and Corndog, we'd really appreciate not dying. We like our characters too much. Beyond that, on April 5th, we'll be back in Thyrea with the return of Oathsworn. Not that it really went anywhere, but honestly, the Draglords campaign, where we combine epic mythology with some really good D&D fantasy stuff. It's been really great. They just completed their second labor, so now is, as usual, a perfect time to jump in. So I hope you join us then. Lots of more upcoming stuff in April, so be sure to keep checking on my social media and support everything you see on screen. Thanks again to the DM. Thank you to chat for supporting us and getting those magical items and the +2s and everything. They're very useful. But that's me, so I'm going to toss it over to Tony.
Hey, like Turk said, I'm in with Odyssey on the 5th and Emerald Expeditions on the 18th. Other than that, that is really the only couple of spots to see me again. So we're going to go right over to Harrison.
Hello, I'm Harrison. I played Sir Dantos Baromir. You can catch me every Tuesday here at TPK, where I DM Fragments, my Demi-Planes of Dread campaign. That is a weekly RP-heavy, long-form storytelling campaign. Get used to watching it now, because it'll probably run for 2 or 3 years. It's a bit earlier than a lot of other TPK shows. What time is it for you, Luca, typically when it plays? I know it's 7 p.m. for me, so
1 p.m. MST, so 12:30 Pacific,
there we go.
I believe.
So if you need someone to watch or listen to while you're working, check us out. Other than that, you can catch me in Harper's Variants. And yeah, I don't know who's at the other top end of it. It's Cole. Cole next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Korabi. I played Colin, the human antiquarian, and you can find me everywhere at Korabi if you want to. And I will be back next month for Harper's Variants and Dark Echoes, but I have a little time off until Variants, so fun times and stuff. And that would be Sarah now.
Hi, I'm Osarix Franco. I play Irina Kolyana. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at Osarix Franco. I do a variety of TTRPG content here on TBK Roleplay and across various other channels, but the next time you can see my face is going to be literally here very shortly following the end of this stream for Murder and Coffee, a GM talk show that I host with my co-host, Luke Locke. We're talking with Tony Basinda today about team brewing, and I'm very, very excited. Tony's one of my favorite people in the space, so I'm super excited to get to talk to him about what it means to build a team, treating your players like humans, and building trust at your tables. It's going to be really, really great. You can then catch me you may or may not catch me on Sunday over at Nat20 for a little one-shot. Well, we shall see. But catch me over on Tony's channel on Monday for the final installment of Solar Side, an In Extremis campaign run by the creator of In Extremis, Keegan EXE. We are necromancers trying to kill the sun, and I say that every time because the sentence is so buck wild. Like, I love it. It's been an absolute blast. So come check out how that's all gonna, end up. And then Wednesday over at Nat20, you can find me in Against the Tides, a D&D campaign that's very sweet and very good. And that's going to be going bi-weekly every other Wednesday. Then you can catch me in Power Beyond there every other Tuesday after the end for the next couple every other Wednesdays over in Neon Lights Roleplay. All the fun stuff. Twitter's the best place to know what's coming up next. I'm in Harper's Variants as well. Good times all around.
All right.
That's me.
Check out the schedule for more of where you can find all of our faces, and then come back in an hour and a half for Murder and Coffee. And we will see you on the 23rd. Bye, everyone.